Good morning, elementary school. Good morning. Are you guys awake? Good morning. Good morning. My name is Mr. DeHaan, and I'm the director of Alumni. Alumni is somebody who went to SFS. So our speaker today was at the British school when she was 7. Who's 7? No sevens? Some sevens? Raise your hand if you're 7. Don't be shy. So our speaker came here when she was 7, and she stayed until she was 14, so in middle school. So she was here 7 years. So she came to assemblies, she did lots of studies, and she's going to tell you about herself today. So I'd like to introduce our speaker, an alumna, Rosie Jon.
팔이 없어서 다리로 살기 힘들지 않아요?
괜찮아요.
괜찮아요?
네.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Rosie, and I'm so happy to be here with you all. Thank you for inviting me. I wanted to share that animated short that I created some years ago because it was created by me, all hand-drawn, and it's 24 frames a second, and that animated short is a little over 1 minute and 30 seconds. So that was a lot of images that I had to render to create that animation. But it's based on this orphan friend of mine called Teho, who was born without arms, and he couldn't walk on his legs. So he had figured out how to roll from one place to another to get where he needed to get to. And he's a very special boy. But I wanted to illustrate the story of how he overcomes his adversity and challenges through this unexpected friendship. And I'm sure you can all agree that when we see seagulls at the beach, what do? We chase them, right? So I think this seagull needed this friendship as much as Teho did. And in the end, they get to fly together, and this friendship creates the wings that Teho needed to fly high. As you can see, I'm not ordinary either. I was born without my arms. That's what I meant. I was born without my arms. And from the very beginning, I just knew that there was a special purpose for the way I was born. I knew that I had a choice really early on, either to let my physical difference define me or limit me or choose to be more than what anyone expected me to be extraordinary rather than ordinary. And so from a really young age, I remember just saying, I can do this by myself, was pretty much what I used to say a lot. And and I'm sure my parents would tell a different story saying how stubborn I was, but I was a very determined child. And naturally, at school, I wanted to do my best. I was very competitive. Today, I know that the British school is having a sports day, and it brought back memories of how I just wanted to win. I wanted to be the best. And so nothing was going to stop me. And then, fast forward some years, just before I was to enter college, I got to experience my first incident of discrimination against my difference. I was told that my disability would become a problem for the first time. And I remember thinking, is this what the world thinks? All this time I believed that I could. But here I am where the world is telling me I can't. And I remember thinking, really sad about that. I'm sure there are moments where you feel like you can do it, but someone is stopping you from doing it, saying you can't. And I remember just thinking, how do I overcome this? How do I continue believing that I can? And it just took one morning when I came down for breakfast with my mom, and she just told me, don't worry, God has a plan for you. He has a purpose and a plan for you. And I remember thinking that night and praying, okay, God, whatever you think is best for me, whatever your will is, whatever your plan is, let it be. And then what was amazing is that after that prayer, it became more and more clear to me what that bigger plan was. And fast forward a lot more years, I became a mom, and I got this opportunity to paint in front of a small audience, about 12 people. And I got to paint with my toes in front of an audience for the first time, and painting completely from my heart, even though I was terrified on the inside. Who finds it very nerve-wracking when you stand in front of an audience? Yeah, it makes you feel nervous. You get butterflies in your tummy. It's kind of scary. Even now, I'd say that standing in front of an audience like this is probably not my number one choice of thing to do on a Monday morning. No, but I love it now. You know why? Because I get to step out in courage. And that's what courage is. Courage makes you brave. Courage helps you move forward into the opportunities that have been given to you. And what I get to do is paint and share my story, which I hope will give you courage to use your own gifts for good and to make a difference in this world. Because each and every one of you was born to make a difference. And it takes a lot of courage to do that, a lot of perseverance, a lot of not giving up, and a lot of faith, believing that you can. So I thought, before I paint, it would be wonderful to have you all help me out too, because I can't do this alone. So I would love for all of you to close your eyes for a moment. And we're just going to ask this question to our own hearts. Dear God, what gifts and talents do I have to share with the world, to make a positive difference in this world? What gifts and talents do I have to share with others to make a difference in this world? And just listen out for that gentle, loving voice that gives your heart peace. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, and whoever is brave enough to share, I'd love to hear what your gifts and talents are that you can share with the world. So if you want to come up to the microphone at the front, and there's one on the top as well, I believe. Just raise your hand and start walking towards the microphone if you can. Thank you.
Okay, come to me.
If you can say your name, your grade.
I'm Claire, and I'm in 3Y, and I'm not exactly sure what my talents are, but I just wanted to kind of try to like do something, I guess.
You have the power to do something to make a difference? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't exactly know what my talents are, but I want to try to make a difference.
You want to make a difference. Yeah, that's great. Having a heart that desires to make a difference. Thank you for sharing that.
I'm Jonathan, and I'm also in 3Y, and I think my talent is playing basketball.
Playing basketball, yeah. We all have different gifts and talents, like in sports as well. Thank you for sharing.
My talent is that whenever, just all the time, I imagine things that aren't real, and my mind keeps escaping, going into the clouds, and it almost never comes back.
Oh, you have a very creative mind. Creativity is definitely a gift that you can share. Thank you.
So I'm Grace. I'm in 4J, and so far in my information with others and what I believe so far, I think my talent is musical arts and comforting other people.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Musical arts and comforting others. Wonderful.
Anybody upstairs? Upstairs? You can go.
Okay, here we
there.
go.
I feel like I can make a change with my humor, even though I don't have the best humor. Like
Humor is
talent?
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can make a difference with my voice and me singing.
Wonderful voice and singing.
I suppose that I can make a difference when I'm reading. I can read out speeches to inspire people.
Speeches to inspire people.
A talent I think I have is a musical talent, but something that I also do have is something called misophonia, which I get this really like sounds, and then I get really uncomfortable, and I just want to say that like I just want to inspire others by like saying that they can do anything that they want or like that they feel like doing.
That's great. Believing that nothing is impossible and using your gifts and talents for others. Thank you.
How many
I think
more
I
do
can
you
change
want,
the
Rosie?
We can probably take 2 more.
2 more. 1 more up here and final here. And then children, you'll have another chance to come back and ask questions, okay? So everybody head back to your seats and we'll take one final question here after that one. Thank you, kids.
So maybe I can change the world by playing my piano music to the world and showing my joy of music to everybody.
Sharing your music talent. That's great. Thank you.
My name is Chloe L from 3P, and I'm not sure what my talent is, but what I like to do and what makes me happy is drawing and singing.
We have a lot of artists and creative people. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing, everyone. Right. Now, I've written these words, which also include the words in pink, which were truths that the middle schoolers shared about themselves too. They shared about how they could follow their dreams and have hold on to hope and share their gifts and talents for others and move forward with that as well. So with everything that you've shared, the next part is I'm going to create my art on top of this canvas. So there's going to be some music. I want you to just sit comfortably and enjoy watching me paint. And then at the end, we'll have an opportunity to ask questions that I can answer for you. So enjoy this part. If the music moves you to clap, that's totally fine too. Just enjoy this time. Thank you.
Let love explode and bring the dead to life. A love so bold to see a revolution somehow. Let love explode and bring the dead to life. A love so bold to bring a revolution somehow. Now I'm lost in your freedom, and this world I'll overcome. My God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. He's roaring, he's roaring, he's roaring like a lion. Let hope arise. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. God's not dead, he's surely alive. He's living on the inside, roaring like a lion. He's roaring, he's roaring, he's roaring like a lion. He's roaring, he's roaring, he's roaring, he's roaring like a lion. Roaring like a lion. My heart delights in you. Your promises are true. Jesus, you breathe life into me. My hope is in your word. My trust is in you, God. Help me to live for your glory. Jesus, your love is all I need. Forever your truth I'll believe. I wanna learn the way you love me. Live the words you breathe into me. You are the way, the truth, and the life. I wanna see your love work through me. Let your love and light renew me. You are the way, the truth, and the life.
My heart delights in you. Your promises are true. Jesus, breathe your life into me. My hope is in your word. My trust is in you, God. Help me to live for your glory. Jesus, your love is all I need. Forever your truth I'll believe. I wanna learn the way you love me. Live the words you breathe into me. You are the way, the truth, and the life. I wanna see your love work through me. Let your seasons of winter, and you'd give anything to feel the sun. Always reaching, always climbing, always second guessing the timing. But God has a plan, a purpose in this. You are his child, and don't you forget. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, his love is the reason to keep on believing. If we could pull back the curtain of heaven, we would see his hand on everything. Every hour, every minute, every second, he's always been in it. Don't let a shadow of a doubt take hold. Hold on to what you already know. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, his love is the reason to keep on believing. It's the reason, it's the reason, his love is the reason. He's the peace in the madness that you can't explain. He's the hope in the heartbreak, the rest in the suffering. He's closer than the air you breathe, from the start to the end, to the in-between. Don't you dare doubt even for a minute what he started in you, yeah, he's gonna finish. He put that hunger in your heart. He put that fire in your soul. His love is the reason to keep on believing. Just keep on believing. When you feel like giving up, when you feel like giving in, his love is the reason to keep on believing. It's the reason, it's the reason, his love is the reason. It's the reason, it's the reason, his love is the reason. Hey! Here we are on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. In moments like this. I try to take a breath, thoughts racing through my head. I try to capture it, but a picture can't hold what a heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute, so that I can take it in. I can take it in. Here we are on top of the stars. Never thought we'd ever get this far. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. Here we are, this is a time, like a dream coming to life. We live for moments like this. We come alive in moments like this. In moments like this. I don't wanna close my eyes. I'm feeling so alive. I try to find the words, but no words can say what my heart is feeling. I just wanna stop the world from spinning, slow it all down for a minute, so that I can take it in. I can take it in. Here we are on top You give it all, you give it all. And when you're knocked to the ground, you don't stay down. You get up, and you fight another day. You're a hero, unsung, but the world knows a hero when they see one. This is to all the world changers. Keep walking on. Don't you ever lose that fire in your soul. Lose that fire in your soul. This is to all the world changers. You know you are history makers. This world's never gonna change you. 'Cause you're gonna change. You're gonna change the world. Yeah, the world. You're gonna change the world. Yeah, the world. You're gonna change the world. Yeah, the world. You're gonna change the world. Don't you ever give up.
Did you all enjoy that? Wow, thank you. Thank you for being an awesome audience. So, before I paint, it's not always that I know what I'm going to paint before I arrive at an event like this. Usually I have to take a moment of stillness, which is hard to find when you have a busy life. And believe it or not, I'm a mother of 3. I have 2 boys and a girl. So there isn't really a moment of stillness that happens in my household. But when I stand here over a blank canvas and with the words that you have all shared, the voice inside my heart always reveals what I get to paint. And that voice told me that it would be a star. It actually came from my 5-year-old this morning, actually. She said, "Mommy, paint a star." The star that shone brightly over the stable where Jesus was born. She asked me to paint that star. And that star is a symbol of love, because that star is probably the brightest star that shone, that changed the world, that was able to show the world what love looks like. And I want each and every one of you to know that truth too, that you are a star that is meant to shine. And no matter what you're faced with, if you cling on to that faith that tells you you were born to shine, you have a purpose, God has a plan for you. And that star isn't just meant to shine on its own. I mean, look at the sky. Is there only just one star? No. There's so many stars that we can't even count how many they are. And can we ever measure how bright they could be if they were to come together as one? So I want you to remember that each and every one of you is born to shine, but not alone. You are meant to shine together, and that light will be even brighter, more powerful than you can ever imagine if you come together as one. And that means choosing love, choosing kindness, and choosing to share the gifts that you have to do not just good things on this earth, but to do extraordinary things that do make a difference in this world. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation. And now we get to have a Q&A session. You get to ask me any question that you have, and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you.
Students, if you want a question, please come form a line here or up there. Form a line right here.
Yep, just stand here. Why don't you start the line right here? Start here.
Oh.
Hi, how are you? Good. I know, you did a great job.
Okay, Mrs. Jon, here's your first question.
Hello, I'm Arman, and I'm from 3L. So my question is, how do you get around like this? Like, how do you eat your food? How do you write? How do you do those stuff?
How do I do daily tasks without my arms? Is that the question? So because I've had my limb difference since I was born, I've learned to figure out other ways to do things. So I've learned to adapt and find new ways. And really, because I believe that nothing is impossible, I've always tried to find new ways to do things when I get stuck. But also, it's okay to ask for help as well if you get stuck. But I can, like I'm holding the microphone with both my arms, I can hold food utensils, and I love food, so I have no trouble figuring out how to eat. Thank you.
Good question. Up top, we'll go back and forth.
Okay, Sulphorn Elementary School, we're doing a great job listening, so let's continue to do that. All right, take it away.
So my name is Minjun, and I'm from 5H. And my question is, like, how did you adapt your body to draw with your foot?
How did I adapt my body to draw with my foot? That's a great question. So obviously I've had lots of years to practice and master the skills that I need to do things on a daily basis. With painting, this is relatively a new thing for me because I didn't set out to become an artist. I actually did mathematics and computer science at college, hoping to pursue a career in visual effects and CGI, and that was my first job at Pinewood Studios in London. And so I, with the traditional form of painting, it required a lot of courage for me to step into this, and just learning through the experience and learning from a lot of mistakes as well, but also embracing those mistakes as part of the beauty of the art as well. So just a lot of practice and not giving up and just trying and trying. Thank you for that great question.
Thank you.
I'm Isaac, and I am in 3Y. So basically, I have a question, and it is, what did your first painting look like?
My first painting as a child or as an adult?
Just your first painting.
Oh, my first painting ever? What did that look like?
Yeah.
I'm sure it looked a lot like your first painting, a lot of lines and scribbles. Yeah. I would love to say that I created an amazing piece of art from day one, but day one starts with lines and scribbles, just like all of you. Yeah.
Okay, next question up here.
I'm Yena from 4H, and did you learn your painting from anyone, or did you do it by yourself from the beginning?
Did I learn painting from anyone, or did I learn by myself? For me, my mom is an artist, so I had a really good example to follow. But she was an Oriental artist and painter, so her style is very different from what I paint. But I think the way I paint right now is an expression of what's on my heart. And so this is when I feel the most free. I get to freely express myself through my art. And as you saw, I just like to splash paint, make a big mess, and have fun. So the way I do art is a joyful experience. There's no, I get to let go of all those fears about what other people might think, or I'm not doing it to please anybody else, but just to enjoy the experience and be God's paintbrush. That's how I do my art. Thank you for that great question. Thank you.
Mr. Dehan, up here, our grade 5 has lunch in a few minutes, so they will need to be dismissed right now.
Oh, thank you, grade 5.
Grade 5.
So grade
Thank
5,
you so much.
you can quietly get up and follow your teacher so you can head to lunch.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're not grade 5.
What time? Yeah, I feel like, what time is, it's 11:22. Maybe like one more question. Okay. Grade 5 is going to head out, and maybe we have time for one more question, so then the rest of the groups can go, okay? I know.
Yeah, okay, because there's only one more.
Is it okay if I stand there and work out against one of the chair or something?
Sure. Yes, please.
Against one of the chairs so we can see it from the front. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure, yes, definitely. It's still a bit wet, though, so...
I'll just stand up just on
Yeah.
Oh, you mean it will run down?
It will run down a
I
bit
won't do
more.
that.
Okay, Mr.
is that
Dehan, do you
okay?
want to ask maybe one more question?
Yeah, we'll have one more question down here.
Sorry, girl.
My name is Joseph in grade 3L. I have a question. Is it more do you think it's more comfortable with arms or without arms?
That's a great question. Is it more comfortable with arms or without arms? Because I was born this way, I think I've become comfortable with the way I am, and having arms, I think I've been asked before, would I prefer to have arms or not? And I think the honest answer is no, because this is my story. This is what makes me who I am, and it's made me the strong person that I am today. So yes, I am comfortable with the way I am right now. The only time that would be helpful if I had arms would be at the grocery store when something's high up and they can't reach. But I think everyone goes through that too. And then I have to ask for help, yeah. Or jump really high, but that doesn't always end up successful.
Okay, students, I wish we had more time for questions, but we don't. We have a special guest to give a presentation to you. Mrs. Jon.
Thank you so much.
Yay! Thank you, students. You're dismissed.